This is Kathleen at KTJ Design Co. and I'm coming to you from my studio at the shop. And I'm waiting for Dave McKeever to hop on board so I can invite him in. Today we're going to talk about what you need to know about in today's real estate market. It's kind of, well, I don't know if it's a scary time. I don't really know what's happening. You know, it's waiting for Dave to accept. I'm connected. There you are. How are you doing today?
Excellent. Excellent. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I like your posters behind you.
Yeah, I got the Monopoly themed set goals and go.
Yeah.
And then what's this one say here? Take the risk.
Very cool.
Or those lose the chance.
Very designer approved. I like those.
Yeah, they're cool. I got them on a website called Iconic, and they have a few Monopoly themed artwork, so I like those two the best. So we have them here at our real estate office. Hence, real estate Monopoly.
It all goes together.
Yeah.
That was most of our childhood first experiences with real estate was playing Monopoly, right?
Yes.
So I always like to have Park Place and Boardwalk myself. And I think I like to be the shoe. Were you what piece did you like to be?
I was like the guy riding the horse.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I can see that. So everyone knows I'm Kathleen with KTJ Design Co. I have an interior design firm, and I have a boutique furniture store in Midtown Stockton. So Dave, why don't you just briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, real quick. I'm a real estate broker here in Stockton as well. I've been in the business of real estate for 15 years now. Been a licensed broker for 9 of those years. So we have a brokerage firm here in Stockton called Advance One McKeever Real Estate, and we have grown here recently. A lot of new agents coming into the business. It's an exciting time to be into real estate, and we're nearing close to 70 other agents in the office. So yeah, lots of growth here in our region. Lots of folks. Our region as a whole is growing immensely. So there's definitely a need for good quality agents. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Wow. That's a huge office that you have. I didn't realize it was that big. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So I know people are buying and selling houses right now because most of our clients that come to us have just bought a house and they need help renovating it or new furniture and whatnot. But you hear things in the news, you know, about the pending recession, and nothing's happening because of the pandemic. But I don't think that's really true. So I wanted to go to a person that I know that knows, because I know you do your vlogs and your I don't know, it's not really is it a podcast? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we do a podcast every Friday called Ask the Brokers, but we also, on top of that, we do a monthly market update, and we focus basically here on the city of Stockton and some of the trends that are happening. So we have a pretty good pulse of what's happening here locally in our area. And, you know, we're seeing similar trends throughout the entire United States from most other agents and brokers that I talk to throughout the country. It's very similar to what we're seeing here locally, but you know, everybody knows how low the rates are, the interest rates right now, and it's just caused this massive amount of demand. Buyers looking to take advantage of the low rates, and with rates under 3%, why not? You know, it's the actual affordability of homes has actually become more affordable, even though prices have gone up in the last couple of years. Homes are more affordable now because of the low rates. So it's just caused this incredible amount of demand. Sales are going well. The most challenging thing on our side right now is just the lack of amount of homes on the market. You know, the funny things happen when a pandemic comes across, you know, things like that. You know, there's a lot of uncertainty. So when uncertainty happens, people tend to stay in place and hunker down a lot of times and don't want to make any big moves. So the amount of homes for sales actually declined immensely here in the last 9 months.
Wow.
So it's a competitive market, really competitive market for buyers.
Yeah, because I'm hearing stories of people, getting, 20 offers, and bidding wars. And so what is the climate like in the real estate market now? Obviously, you just said, there's a shortage of inventory, which is always good for the seller. So
yes.
is there a lot of buyers or people moving?
Yeah. Just here in our office, the listing I had 2 days ago, or last week, I'm sorry, was we had 13 offers, and all but one was over asking price, and the price just got driven up incredibly, probably 5% over the asking price, and that's not a one-off. We're seeing that, throughout the market. If you were to talk to the agents I talked to in our office, we're all seeing the same thing. Just incredible demand. So it's certainly a favorable time for sellers to take advantage of a market. Not only are they getting the best possible price, but you're able to get the best terms on the sale. You get to say when you want to move. You can determine the close of escrow time frame. A lot of the other things in the contract, in the purchase, that you can really control as the seller, to make it more favorable for your situation. And so it's not all just, your timing, what you need as a homeowner and moving and that sort of thing.
So if you were thinking of selling, at the beginning of the year, maybe you've, put it off thinking it's not a good time. It's actually a very good time, right?
Yeah, very good time.
With
excellent
low
time.
interest rates, and then just with the demand for houses. So you can really, for a buyer, you can really pretty much, like you said, just get what you want.
You really
ask for it, right? And you might get it.
Yeah, and we're starting to see. Earlier on in the pandemic, we were having a little bit of challenges, but now we're starting to see appraisals. For instance, we had a listing here in Stockton for $295,000, and it got bid up to $320,000. Now we're starting to see the appraisers, they know the heat of the market, so they're starting to bring in the appraisals a little bit higher. At the beginning of the year, they're a little bit more conservative, but they're starting. They know what's going on. They know the heat of the market. When you get 13, 14 offers on a home, they will agree with your prices. But one thing that kind of ties in with what you do is, not only is it a seller's market right now, but those are savviest clients, the ones who are going to sell their home. They put forth the effort in improving their home before it goes on the market. They are updating flooring and painting the walls and making repairs and just showcasing the home to look its best as possible. And our clients that are doing those things are seeing they're maximizing the results. They're getting the highest price you can on the market. And the appraisers walk in and they're blown away just as well, on how their home looks compared to the other ones that have sold. So my message to anybody out there who's thinking of selling is take the time, take the energy, take a little bit of money, talk to you to update the home a little bit. And it doesn't have to be a huge budget, but take the time and energy to update the house before you put it on the market. And in this market, the market's going to reward you to the fullest potential right now.
Yeah, and those are easy things to do, flooring. And
yeah, absolutely.
It's super easy to do, and we do get calls from people a lot of times, because picking paint colors is one of the most anxious thing that people try to do. And we actually have a list of about 4 of our favorite colors. And when
Okay.
people call us, we just tell them, you know, here's the 4
Mm-hmm.
colors you should use. These work the best. And
Yeah.
you know, I just had a lady come in the other day and she goes, "Oh, you told me what color to paint my house and I did it and I love it. It looks beautiful." And so,
Really?
yeah, so it's just we've tried every color, not every color because
Yeah. There's so
spandex
many
is
out there.
1,000 colors, but we've narrowed down the best whites, the whites that look the best in any home, no matter how much daylight you have or don't have, or you know what your furniture it looks like, or your flooring or your tile or whatever you have in your home. It just makes everything look good. So we have like 4 colors that we always suggest. So that's really good advice.
Yeah.
Just easily do that. And then we know people come to us mostly after they've just bought a new house,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to, you know, change the kitchen or update the bathrooms. That's
Mm-hmm.
the most requested thing. And so I think those, to me, those are buyers that understand. Sometimes I feel like some buyers are looking at a house, and if it doesn't have everything exactly the way that they want it, I'm not going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But these are really savvy buyers because they look at a home and they recognize the potential, and
Yeah.
so they can really get a good deal that way, I think.
Yeah. Some of those are some of my favorite purchases. You know, the ones that need a few cosmetic upgrades. You know, a home that's maybe structurally sound, has good bones, as they like to call it, but maybe just needs a new coat of paint, you know, some countertops or some updated flooring. You know, those 3 things go a long, long way to improve the house.
Definitely. So, what is your advice for sellers right now? Like, of the top 3 things that you tell them to do, what should they be doing when they get ready to sell their house? First of all, call you.
Yeah, you definitely want to talk to a professional that's been in the business for some times and has the local knowledge that, you know, if you were to knows the local the knowledge of the price ranges. So, you know, what's the home worth as is, and if you were to do 1, 2, 3 things, what's it worth afterward? What can we sell it for? So that's kind of what we specialize in doing. As far as doing the 3 things to get your home ready, my feeling most of the time is like paint and flooring, whatever type of flooring it is, goes such a long way to improve most homes. You know, a fresh coat of paint, whether it's new carpet in the bedrooms. A lot of people are going away from carpet, but sometimes just new carpet in the bedrooms or some new laminate flooring to get rid of, you know, the 90s style laminate flooring.
Definitely.
And then, you know, there's some simple, inexpensive things you can do to update the house, and a lot of it I go back to lighting. You know, you can remove the 80s and 90s style lighting with a modern fixture today for $50 in the bathroom, you know, or $60, or you know, they're really inexpensive things you can do to modernize and update a home. A lot of times, just to add one more, is window coverings. We go into so many homes that have older drapery, and we just take down the old drapes and put up a nice white looking drape. You can get at Home Goods or something, and it freshens it up with the new paint, and it freshens up the linens and that sort of thing. Goes a long way.
Yeah,
but
those are easy fixes. And I don't think people realize with the lighting that the older lighting has that yellow cast that it puts out, and if you get the new lighting, they're all LED, and so it has that cool light, and it can totally transform the mood of the house and the feel, and make it feel fresh and bright. You want it to be fresh and bright. That's our motto around here. It's fresh and bright.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, there's just a lot of agents, you know, who just want to get the home on the market as soon as possible and put a sign in the ground. And now in this market, it's really easy to sell a home, and you know, like for all the reasons we talked about before. But you know, the market's not always going to be like this. So I think you want to do the best you can to just maximize the price of the home. And you know, as the market shifts to where it's more buyer focused, More of these skills are going to come into play, and when it comes to preparing the home for sale. So it all starts with preparing that home for sale with the things we just mentioned, and then once the home is ready, it begins showcasing it correctly online, because that's where the buyers look. So that means excellent photography, excellent video, 360 tour of the home, so buyers can walk through it, especially now in this virtual kind of COVID world that we're living in. So it starts with prepping the home right, and then showcasing it as best online as possible.
Yeah. And speaking of open houses, can you have open houses now, or is that still not allowed?
We're still not allowed in our county. I have agents in other states that they are doing open houses. I have a friend in Idaho that's able to do it with a maximum of 10 people in the house at once. So
so that virtual tour is more important than ever.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you're a buyer, what tips do you have for them? Because to me, it seems like it would be so frustrating to look for a house and then to be outbid by 13 other people.
It is.
Would want to cry if you fell in love with the house. So what can they do to prepare themselves and what's top 3 tips you have for the buyers?
Top 3 tips is, well, number one, you need a full pre-approval. I mean, that goes without saying. Most people knew that, which means sending on all your financial documentation to the lender. Make sure that's reviewed. You have what's called a desktop underwriter approval. They've run it through their system. That's the most important step. And then from there, what I've done a lot to have success, and then it comes down to just presentation of your offer. Most agents will just simply email the offer, which is a 14-page PDF, to the other agent. And my tip is to get emotional with the other agent, with the selling agent. So you can do that a couple ways. One is to write a letter from yourself to the homeowner and explain who you are and why you love the house so much.
Oh, good idea.
But even beyond that, what's even more powerful is, why not capture a quick minute 30 video introducing yourself, texting that video to the listing agent, say, will you please share this with your clients? And I guarantee you that you'll be in the top consideration if you sent an emotional letter of why you love their house so much, how you plan to care for their house, why you love its location, and just make it personal.
I love the video idea. That is.
No, as a listing agent, I have never gotten a video text from a buyer, ever. Like, nobody's doing it. I don't know why.
It's so easy. We all have a video right in our hand, right?
Yeah. So that's something most agents should be doing these days. So the strong pre-approval letter, get emotional with the clients, with the sellers as much as possible, and then just writing your strongest, best offer, up front. And we're in a market now where you can't really, try to haggle too much. If you really want the house, just go for it.
Yeah. So should you bid it up right away, or should you just offer the asking, or how does that work?
Most are going over asking. However, you want your agent, your realtor, to review the comps to make sure you're not overpaying. So that's important. You are protect if you're getting a loan, you are protected with an appraisal. So an appraiser's not going to make you overpay excessively. So
those are all really, really good points. Great points. So, well, on my side, after people get the house and they buy it, they got to call me. If they want to do any renovation or a little bit of remodeling or buy new furniture. We have great furniture here at the store, or we can get any furniture. We can get our furniture is made to order, and when I say that, people are like, oh, made to order. It has to be thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just that you get to pick the arm style. You get to pick the cushion style. You get to pick how deep the seat is. You know, if you're a tall guy that's 6'4", you need a couple more inches in that seat so you're comfortable. Or if you're short,
cool.
you know, if you're a short person like I am, you need a smaller seat. So, you know, we take all that into consideration, and then you can get something that you really like, and you're not going to pay much more than you would at, say, you know, Pottery Barn or something like that. So,
Wow,
but yeah, cool. I hope people will take that into consideration.
Are there any new trends that you're seeing as far as when people are picking new type of material for flooring or countertops or that sort of thing?
Yeah, definitely. So the new waterproof laminate flooring is all the rage, and we actually started using that about 8 years ago in our projects before it was really popular. And but it's really great, and I'm sure you know all about it. But just for those that don't, it's looks like a wood flooring, but it's waterproof. It's usually some kind of stone composite that it's made out of. Sometimes the top is a vinyl product, but it just wears really well. You know, it's kid proof, it's pet proof, it's waterproof. So you could actually put it throughout the whole home. So you were talking about changing the flooring in a house, and one of our biggest advice that we give our clients is to try to only have at the most 2 different types of flooring in your home. So with the waterproof flooring, you could literally put it throughout your whole house, even into the bathrooms. So that just makes your house look bigger, more expansive, more welcoming, instead of having things chopped up, you know, like tile in the bathrooms and then tile in the kitchen and then something different carpets in the bedrooms. You don't want your house to look like a patchwork quilt. So that's the one recommendation that we always make to people is, you know, your house is going to flow. It's going to feel bigger if you just have 1 and 2 at the most different types of flooring. Like you said,
are you referring to the vinyl planking, right? Is that the?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're long planks. They're tongue and groove. So they install this very, you know, just the same way as wood floors. They're a fraction of the cost, and you can see them in my behind me. That's the different ones that we have, and so yeah, that's just the product that we recommend. Even our high-end clients that have the $1 million homes, that's what they're putting in their homes, just because it's durable. You know, we have clients that right now, indoor outdoor living is becoming merged. So, you know, you have the big screen doors that open around the pool. People are coming from the pool directly into the house, and so you have water coming in and out. Or if you have a normal wood floor or even an older laminate floor, it's not going to hold up with the water. So this is just a really good option for people that like to entertain that way. And, you know, a lot of outdoor kitchens are really, really popular right now. So that works out really, really well.
One thing I like about the vinyl planking is the ease of install. You know, that versus putting in tile floors, the labor on it, less labor intensive.
Oh yeah, and a whole house can be done in a couple of days. So it's just a matter of tearing out the old, prepping the floor, and there's always not a whole lot of prep time. And then in days they have it put in, and you have a brand new floor. So and it looks fantastic. And the other good thing about the luxury vinyl planks, is the acoustical properties. So if you have a few years ago, people really wanted the ceramic wood look tile, but the problem with that is it's very noisy, it's very cold. But with the luxury vinyl planks, the way that it's made, it's not loud and it's softer. If you drop something on it, it's not going to instantly break. So that's another advantage to the planks.
Yeah, we did that a few years ago in my house, the remodel. We did the ceramic or porcelain tile planks, and it's beautiful, but yeah, it is a little bit noisier for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't have any acoustical properties. When you walk on it, it's noisy, and it's cold. So with the planks, you don't have that problem. And then of course, quartz countertops is
Mm-hmm.
very, very popular. Quartz is a great product because it's very durable. It's naturally antimicrobial. It's non-porous, so you don't have to seal it like you do with granite or marble.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
going to ask. You don't need to seal that, right?
no, you don't need to seal it at all. So
That's good.
some people still like the granite because they like that look, which is fine. You just have to know that there is some annual maintenance that you have to do with sealing it. But with the quartz, you don't have to worry about that, and you don't have to worry about if you cutting lemons, it's going to etch or anything. You don't have to worry about any of that. And there's a lot of different colors. We are seeing people kind of go away from the all white kitchens. So, and even the gray kitchens, maybe going with more of the wood, back to the wood cabinets.
Really?
I think for years everybody wanted to get rid of their wood cabinets. Painted cabinets are still very popular, but we're seeing people now asking for the wood cabinets, not the dark wood and not the light honey oak look, but kind of in the middle, something a little bit warmer.
Interesting.
What we're seeing, yeah. And then tile backsplashes are popular. And just having a statement kitchen. The kitchen in the older homes, I think any home that's over 20 years old, the kitchens tend to be small and
galley kitchen or something.
Yeah, compartmentalized, and so people, they want that open concept. We kind of discourage people from doing a completely open concept because, again, it's very hard to manage for many reasons. But you can have a little bit more openness, and it's really easy to make a kitchen bigger in an older home without having to do an addition. A lot of times people think you have to do an addition to get more space, but sometimes it's just reconfiguring the space that you already have and just planning it so that you get everything that you need in the right area. We met with a client last week, and they want to have a modern look, so there's not going to be any upper cabinets, and she was just worried about everything being on the island. And I'm like, yeah, things will stay out if they don't have a place, but if you have a place for things, people, your family will learn to put it in its place, and you won't have that problem. So it's all about.
Do you provide design services as well, like I guess it'd be AutoCAD drawings and that sort of thing?
Yes, we do all the drafting. We prepare the plans. We even can get permits for people. We just have to get a structural engineer involved if there's anything structural that has to be moved. And sometimes, usually there is when you're taking down walls, but sometimes there's not. So we always consult with a structural engineer to make sure that we're not going to have your house fall down.
So you're really full service from design, the drawing. All that good stuff. Everything.
Yeah.
And
we're concept.
And do you have contractors you recommend here locally that can do the work?
Yes, we have a handful of contractors that we work with, and they're a great group of people. We like to work with contractors that like to work with designers because it makes it easier for them, because we have the face-to-face contact with the homeowner, so they don't have to deal with answering questions that the homeowner's not going to know, so that makes it easier for them, and we know what products are going where, and what's that tile pattern supposed to be? Hey, here it is right here, things like that. So makes it a lot easier for them.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah. That's what we do. Yep. We do concept to completion. We just follow it all the way through, kind of a turnkey service that we offer for people. We work with a lot of busy professionals, and they just don't have time to deal with a remodel. They have a job already, and having to try and manage a remodel is really a lot of work and very disruptive to your house and to your family. So we try to make it as pleasant as an experience as possible. Not always.
Yes. Speaking of that, one program I've been helping owners with over the years, but now I just put a name to it. It's it's called our Advanced Plus program.
Okay.
So basically, we'll go in and help a homeowners thinking of selling and identify top 5 things that we'd recommend doing to get the top dollar for your home.
That's awesome.
And then, but on top of that, because what we found is people want to do that, but they don't have the time, like you mentioned, or the energy or the know-how to oversee that project. So what we'll do is we will coordinate and get all the bids with the vendors, actually oversee the project, whether it's painting, flooring, updates, upgrades, repairs. So we kind of facilitate that process from start to finish for our homeowners, because who we've helped with this is a lot of homeowners who may have an investment property here that goes vacant, or they've moved out of state or out of town. Now the home is empty. So we basically facilitate that process through our Advanced Plus program to update the house. And it works really well with those folks who are remote. And we update them on a weekly basis with any progress that's been made through photos, or we can do a FaceTime video with what's going on. So I feel it's a niche that not a lot of people are doing, and a lot of homeowners don't have the connections you and I have with contractors or basically a level of trust with those people. So it's exciting. It's time consuming. It's a lot of work, as you know, but I like to see the transformations of the homes and then the results that we get from doing those projects.
Yeah, I've seen some of your stuff that you've posted, and that really adds an extra value that people don't understand. Just how valuable it is, because if they had to take the time, first of all, to research the product, because who keeps up on what's the latest in technology, and technology in the home goods products changes. Every 6 months there's a new type of flooring that's coming out, so they don't have time to do that. And then, like you said, to manage the trades, the artisans that we work with are great, but you definitely have to wrangle the trades every now and then.
Yes, you do.
It's a little bit of a job, but so that's a great value that you're adding for your clients. Perfect. That's awesome.
It's fun.
Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I appreciate you going live with me. I just really wanted to get an idea of where the real estate market is. I had my same house for 20 years, so I don't really know what's going on in the market. Right now. But people, come to me and they've just bought a house, and I hear the stories of, what they went through to get that house recently, and I'm like, wow, it's just crazy. So
it really is.
Appreciate all your tips. That was great advice, and
thank you.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to get together in person here soon.
I hope so. I really hope so. Yeah, thanks for having me on today.
Okay, thanks, David.
Okay, have a great day.